All right, y'all. Watch me work. Watch me work. I'm live here at the desk. I'm about to put it together real quick. Watch. This ain't gonna be a quick one. It's gonna be a quick one. Um, Now, the last live I just did, right? Um, oh man, I just did a live stream, right? But that live stream, I'm spelling it wrong. I'm tired right now, y'all. Just want to just get this set up. Man, one person in the building. You pulled up already? Y'all gonna watch me work real quick. Excuse me. Excuse me. This how I create the magic here at the desk. So y'all gonna watch it in the behind the scenes. Y'all gonna watch me create the magic real quick. Like I said, this ain't gonna be a long, dragged out live stream. All right. This ain't gonna be a long, dragged out live stream. Oh God. I'm gonna take the time right now. While my daughter's not here, I'm gonna get me a nap. I'm gonna take me a power nap, y'all. I ain't gonna hold you. I'm taking me a power nap. All right, I got that rocking and rolling. Right. So let's go over here. We just creating the magic, y'all. We creating the magic. See, we got a couple of devices now. Look, I'm tearing. We got a couple of devices, so we can do our thing. We can definitely do our thing. You see, once upon a time, if a man questioned another man's honor, he didn't do it from the shadows. He had to do it out in the open. Right. So what we're gonna do is
we're gonna do is we're gonna jump in over here. We're gonna get busy. Oh, excuse me. Get my sip on. Oh, this is good. It's like watered down grape. When it's good, there ain't a lot of sugar. Get this out today. All right, y'all. All right, y'all. So multitasking, multi-streaming. We at the desk. We are at the command center. And I've been putting out a lot of content. Shout out to my content team and everything. I want to get to the Tim Thomas, Kenya Martin thing. I put out some content on that already, right? But I got to do the part 2. I got to do the part 2, and the part 2 is important because this part 2 is going to break down. The part 2 is going to break down the fact that Kenya Martin has come out and basically, remember I said he was on the clock. But Kenya Martin has come out and got to his motion. He got to his motion. And me, as somebody that was getting in my bag now with the content, it's only right that I do this counter reaction. Put my hater blockers on, man. Put the hater blockers on, right? All right, so here we go. Kenya Martin has responded. And I'm only right by doing this, man. Tim Thomas had the floor first. This is Kmart's response. Right? Now, what I'm going to do is I am going to come over here and let you guys see this on stream, on over here, right? Boom, 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 boom. I'm nice with this shit now, y'all. I really am. Boom, boom, boom. Look, moan, 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 me, moan, 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 me, moan, 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 me, moan, moan, moan. Look, I got nice with it. Look how nice I am with this. Moan, 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 me, moan, 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 me, moan, 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 me, moan, moan, moan. So now y'all can see it over here, right? Y'all can see it over here, right? I got it muted so that we are not affecting the sound, the quality of the sound, right? So then what I do is I come back over here. Moan, 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 So let's go back up over here, right? Put me on a planet, damn it, right? Let's get to it now, y'all. This is Kenya Martin's response, man. I'm not official if I don't give it up both ways, man. First, before I get to that, I remember I was looking for this video. I was looking for this video. I was speaking on this video, y'all. I was speaking on this video. Here, I found it. Remember when I was talking about Bam and him getting busy and pointing out those numbers? Yo, if y'all watched the live I just did, this is from La Placita, Tropical Fantasy, man. That is good. I haven't had one of those in quite some time. You really taste it. It's watered down a lot, but it is what it is. But this is Kenyon Martin's part 2 of the world to the Tim Thomas. But I had to get to this though first. First and foremost, smash the like button. I had to get to this, and this is when remember I was telling you Michael Beasley 2 years ago said how nice Bam was. Bam just previous week dropped 83 points. A lot of people were hating on it, but he's getting high praise from one of his peers right here. Let's give this a listen, and then I'm gonna get to Kenyon Martin.
I don't know how good Bam is.
Oh, I know how good.
No, you don't.
It's 2 years ago. He
Bro,
broke
that
this down.
Bam y'all getting, that Miami Heat, and that's all respect to him, because the Bam y'all getting instead of $100 million, $200 million, like Bam, a point guard stuck in that big ass body.
Yeah.
Pressure on the rim, he's so goddamn good, and he's so willing to pass. Bam, capable, like bro, skill wise, and he got the light, bro. If Bam take 8 more shots a game, bro, he'll be all over 30 a game, easy 30 on 50 shooting. Like, come on.
So Bam's the only one that beat you on, boy.
Yeah.
Who's tried?
Everybody tried.
Everybody. Now, you know, that's Michael Beasley. Michael Beasley is a beast. He's a beast. He gave Bam high praise, y'all. Here it is right here. This is the meat and potatoes right here, y'all. This is what this live stream is basically about. And that's why I said it's not going to be a long, dragged out one. Because I did the Tim Thomas. The Tim Thomas files are out right now. The Tim Thomas files are out. You all the behind the scenes, but most of y'all are probably behind in the bushes. Y'all are in the bushes. We're gonna keep y'all in the bushes because y'all can't compete no more. Y'all never could compete, especially with the streaming, because you're not a streamer, right? In order to be a streamer, you got to be able to stand alone. Most of you guys want to stream, but you want an audience. So if nobody's really watching you, your confidence level's not good enough. You're just not it. That is why I watched countless guys attempt to stream or podcast, and when nobody watches them, they go away. They go away. I've been on here, I don't know how many years. Not only did I not go away, I pop it, like Bill Haney said, even harder now. But this is Kenyon Martin. Remember I said, Kenyon Martin, man, you are on the clock. He wasted no time. Because that's not Kmart, man. I'm like, damn, with how Tim Thomas was making him sound. I said, damn. Kmart got to respond, bro. He made it seem like Kmart, yeah, listen, man. Kmart does his own thing, but Kmart got War Eagle Dragon Rider in him. I don't see him ducking no fade or ducking no fight. So when he was putting all that out there, that was like mind blowing. So it's only right that I come back and I let Kmart air out his grievance now, man. Hopefully y'all are catching this sauce, man. Vibe with me, man. The news by Shanewz. Sauce streaming, baby. Sauce streaming. It's cool when they do it. It's cool when they do it. See, he claps back. He has clapped back, y'all. Kmart has clapped back. All right, we're going to let Tim Thomas air out his... Right here, hold on, look.
I seen something a few weeks ago online. It was Swaggy Pete beefing with Kenyon Martin. That made me think about you and Kenyon Martin.
Yeah.
You know, I like Rob.
So I was actually with the Knicks. He was with the Nets. They beat us. One of his teammates came across and like kind of clothesline. So when he clotheslined me, I was like numb on one side of my body. So I had to go to the hospital. So I was out of the series. So me and Jason Collins, we actually had the same agent. So he called to check in on me. I was more pissed off at my teammates for not retaliating. It went back and forth in the media. And then he said something that caught my attention, like put us in the room and see who walked out. The rest of that summer was going on. So I actually caught him in a club in New York. So I caught him in there. He against the wall. We already know what that's about. You know what I'm saying? So you don't want no smoke. I just completely let it be. I said something a few weeks ago.
Yo, now look, I did the video earlier. Kmart said that he bumped him in that same club. I don't know if this video he's gonna break that down, but I did a premiere video. But this is the more in-depth one, more stream-friendly type. Here's Kmart's response, y'all. Here's Kmart's response.
I think you came to Club Blue and you bitched me in my own hood, basically. That's a stretch, but okay. So let's go back. You say you bitched me in the club and you made me put my back up against the wall, but you see me a week later and you need a pistol? I'm confused.
Yeah, I'm confused too.
Made somebody look bad in the club, or I bitched him, and I'm going to his hood. Why I need a gun? Why I need a pistol? You stated you came to Club Blue, and yes. Can you please tell the people what happened said night in this Club Blue in Dallas? If you're going to tell stories, let's tell the whole truth. Did you finish the night in Club Blue?
Damn, people believe in Tim Thomas, man.
We'll wait on that answer. And what happened when you left Club Blue? Did you go out the front door? I don't think you went out the front door.
Here it is, y'all.
Because the lady that was hosting the club asked you to leave. Because she don't want your blood on her hand.
Damn. 20-year
beat.
beat. So he skipped out on the service elevator.
Took you down the service elevator.
He snuck out the back.
You in my hood with pistols, as you said, you flying around with them? The question is.
So that is Kenya Martin's response, man. I said Kenya was on the clock. So shout out to you, Kmart. Much respect. I did the premiere video, but this is just for, streaming purposes. But in the premiere video, I broke that video down even more. He bumped into him in the club in NYC. And Kmart was ready to get busy. He said he wanted to get busy right then after they swept the Knicks. But Tim Thomas wanted to meet up in the ring, he said. I wish he would have addressed, well, maybe he did, but he don't need to. The fact that he tried to say that he bought, and shout out to Julius Hodge. If you know, Julius Hodge played for North Carolina State. Played in the NBA a little bit, but he did his thing overseas. He said that Julius Hodge had to keep him up off of Kenya Martin's ass. I wish Kenya would have addressed that one. Because he said he bought him like 5 suits, a TV, all kind of shit. But basically saving him. That's what I really wanted him to address. But it's all right. He didn't have to. He said that he was ready to bang out. And I like, what he said. As somebody that gets busy, I respect the code. We said, y'all put my back up against the wall because, if we're going to get it popping, I don't want nobody behind me. I like that. I was like, that's the Kenya Martin I know. All of this other shit that Tim Thomas is putting on your jacket, that's why I said you're on the clock, brother. You was on the clock, man. And I think, look, me personally, as somebody that's really doing my thing with this blogging thing, this may be, just maybe, something for the Real Rap Report. Because that was the video that I used to use from them. They're the ones that had Tim Thomas on to spark this, for me to do this reaction. But Kenya Martin has answered the bell. So, Kenya, I had to give you your side as well. And I like it. I like what you said, Oak Cliff, America. He had to sneak out the back, the service elevator. That's like sneaking out the back, man. Because the club promoter lady that was hosting the event, she did not want that blood on her hands. So Kenya was basically saying that his peoples were ready to get busy. Him and his peoples were ready to get busy. Tim Thomas, you was not leaving up out of there without getting fucked up. Now, Tim Thomas, if you want to respond, you are on the clock now too. Will you respond, or is just that? Because you see my thumbnail on this. This apparently is a 20-year-old beef that dates back to the NBA. But you said that you guys are like neighbors out there in LA. But I don't think you guys are friendly neighbors. That's just my take. What do y'all think, man? 7 of y'all in the building, man. Y'all, look, come out of the bushes, man. Y'all are in the bushes. If you in the bushes watching, please come out of the bushes. I addressed you guys earlier. This live stream isn't about that no more. We're streaming now. That's why I threw on my hater blockers, because I don't even see y'all. You know, I don't even see y'all. Salute Gumbo. Gumbo pulled up on the behind the scenes. Gumbo's probably all over right now. Gumbo was in Virginia yesterday, so he could be anywhere right now. He could be upstate New York, anywhere. But yeah, Tim Thomas, you all back on the clock, man. Were you lying on this man? Were you lying on this man? He look, I'm gonna say this. He said that you bumped him. He said that you bumped him. There you go, Gumbo. Get on it. Jump in that water. Jump in the water, man. Right now, he said, "How you doing, Brad? Hit that like button, Brad. Appreciate you pulling up too." Now, Tim Thomas, you have to address this. He said you bumped him in that club. He said he came out of the bathroom and you bumped him. And he was ready to bump. He was ready to get busy. But you did not want to get busy, Tim Thomas, so you're on the clock now. I wish he, like I said, I wish he had addressed the Julius Hodge. I wish he would have had addressed the Julius Hodge, but he didn't. But I don't think he needed to. And the reason why I say that on some blogging shit is what he said about how you had to skip up out the back door. You skipped up out the back door. Damn, Gumbo's a real supporter, a real war eagle. Look, he's on both of my live streams. Thank you so much, Gumbo. Right? He said you had to skip up out the back door, man. It got that shaky for you down there in Dallas. But like I respect it, though. You're in his hood, though. You had no wins down there, brother. You had no wins. That's why when you said what you said, right? And I was like, man, Kmart, this nigga talking about he came to your hood and embarrassed you. You were on the clock, man. You got to address these allegations. But he did. He did. He said you wasn't leaving his hood. He said, look, he basically said you wasn't leaving his hood. Yo, Gumbo, you in here? Brad, you in here? How am I looking, man? How am I sounding? I know a lot of these other niggas talk about they go to studios and all that. Nigga, you in a closet, nigga. Wanting to be like Sauce. You in a closet, nigga. Go to an actual studio. You ain't never recorded in no studio. If you did, it wasn't yours. And you didn't rent it. You didn't rent it. You don't do those type of things, nigga. You watch a real nigga move and slide and glide and always try to come out of the shadows and the bushes copying. That's what you do. That's what you do. Appreciate it, Gumbo. It should. It should. And I want to salute you and my other channel members and people that donate to the channel, because this is where the donations went. See, I don't take people's hard-earned money that believe in my vision and believe in me and invest in my company and not put it into my company. Right? I don't watch another content creator put out merchandise and just rush to put shit out because they got it out. That's how you expose yourself. I don't watch other content creators do something and then I do it right behind them. That's the problem with the boxing community. It's too many of you niggas that do that. And then when somebody like me gets on your ass like, yo, you're a follower, you're copying, but you don't have the receipts or the stamps to add up. But salute Gumbo, CW, Dewana, Corey, NYT Sauce, countless others that have donated cash apps and super chats and all that. This is where it went to. Now look how I record. This is the command center. I could have went to the studio, right? I'll go tomorrow. I took my daughter to a party. I was in the gym. So I'll do that tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow, but I don't need to. I have this command center. And look what Gumbo said. It sounds good, right? But Tim Thomas, you are back on the clock now, man. Did you slip out the back door? I know he didn't say back door. He said the service escalator, elevator. But did you slip out the back door? That's a bad look, cowboy. That's a bad look, man. If you had to slip out the back door. Ah, man. Nah, yo, that guy's a weirdo. He's a straight weirdo, Gumbo. Because check this out. And I called him out on it today, right? Because I seen the fish market move he pulled. He pulled the fish market move. That's what we call a fish market move. I was in the gym working with a fighter. That's what I do. I've been documenting my journeys forever. Yo, look, but I'm going to show you how weird the entire game is, right? When I said that I worked with Earl Spence, people disrespected me. I laughed. I went and found a 17-year-old kid. He got signed to the major leagues. They still laughed, right? I said, fuck it. I'll do it all over again. I went, did it again. Maybe less than a month ago, I had a Hall of Fame coach, trainer, fighter, first champion from Long Island. Look it up. In the gym, he gave a kid that y'all see me always working with, marketing, promoting, a one-on-one session, right? Amani got a one-on-one session with Buddy McGirt. Yeah, I told y'all big things going on over here, man. And now, if Gumbo was still in here, I only disclose this to a couple of trusted brothers. You see what I said? I didn't say supporters. I said brothers because I look at them as family. I believe I told CW and I told Gumbo. I said, watch what I'm about to do. I was like, I'm not putting it out there no more. I was like, I'm just gonna do things now and then throw it in people's faces. But I believe I disclosed this to Gumbo and CW because they are team members. They have seats at the Dragon table, at the council, at the War Eagle Council. They have seats. So I told them, I said, yo, I'm not going to the fights this week. Because CW hit me up like, yo, CW was like, yo, your cousin's coming to town. You going to be at the fights with him? I was like, nah, I got one better, CW. I'm going to have him in the gym, right? I said, yeah, I told CW. I said, why, CW? Don't say nothing, but I'll have him at the gym. I'll personally do an interview at the gym. We'll all be just kicking it, how we kick it in the gym and working. But I was like, the cherry on the Sunday is going to be, you're going to see him working with Amani. Watch. I told CW this. And then what happened? I documented it. It happened. It happened. But that's for all the naysayers that said that I rode Earl Spencer's wave. That said that I rode Jihad Tucker's wave. I haven't worked with Jihad Tucker in I don't know how long. Do you see me posting Jihad Tucker like that? Dude, look, since I rode Jihad Tucker's wave and I was riding his wave, when is the last time you see me really go all the way hard and market and promote Jihad Tucker like that? Since I was riding his wave, right? Because that's what you guys do. You guys, and I say this respectfully, you guys are jealous crabs with no emotion. So instead of always recognizing what I do, what I bring to the game, you always try to make it seem like I leech off of people. No, that's what you guys do. If I leech off of a motherfucker, I would be like you. I come on here and live stream for Dolo Solo. Do you know how many people, if CW was in here, CW could tell you, CW always requests for me to do open panels. And I'd be like, nah, bro, I don't really like to do that. But I do it for him and Gumbo and other of my brothers that I fuck with. Because I don't want people to think that I'm riding somebody's coattail or I'm trying to use people for clout. I don't do those things. I am my clout. And God, I walk with God. But a lot of you guys never want to give me my flowers. So what did I do? I took my flowers. And now when weirdos copy me, I step on them. And that's what that weirdo attempted to do today. Like, yo, bro, you was on live for 3 hours talking about absolutely nothing, like you always do, right? You sat and you watched me go live in the gym working with a fighter, another fighter that I'm developing, and then you attempted to put some bullshit content out like you always do to try to act like you're on my type of time, which you are not, and you will never be on. And the reason why you will never be on, because this is not your vision. See, I took my glasses off now. This is not your vision. You need to get your shit together and stop being a weirdo in the closet, in the bushes, watching people and trying to be like them. You know, read the Bible, read the good word. Find within you yourself. You know? Every time a motherfucker does something that you are infatuated with, you attempt to try to do it like you're doing it. That's weirdo activity. Right? That's weirdo activity. But back to regular scheduled program. Put my shades back on. Gumbo said exactly. You have a real team. Yes, I do. And it's showing, Gumbo. That's why we're growing. That's why we're growing. And that's why I said I had to do what I had to do. I had to start branching off, doing other type of content. And that's what I do now. I just don't, like I said, I have a Zuffa plug. I have a lot of plugs in boxing right now. I don't even come on and talk boxing like that anymore. I was on the phone. Today is Saturday. Thursday night when I was in the gym, coaching Amani, Spawn. Did y'all see that? Shout out to my members. Everybody that's a member, y'all got that. The rest of these guys, once that Spawn was over, I shut it down. Only my members, the people that are members to the channel, seen that. I was in there coaching Amani, right? Spawn. He got 4 good rounds in, right? We're working on his stamina now. We're working on his stamina. See, he's still an amateur fighter. I'm trying to develop him into a pro now. He's a couple years away from going pro, but I'm putting that in him. See, no disrespect to amateur boxing, but amateur boxing is 3 rounds, right? When you turn pro, which you will soon, you'll be moved and grooved, but you fight more than 3 rounds, 4-round minimum as a pro. You're going to do 4-rounder. Then you're going to go up to 6 and 8 and so forth, and 10 and then 12. So that's what I'm trying to break now with Amani. Because Amani got to learn. You got to have stamina, wind, right? And you guys are watching all this from the bushes, the jealous section, the things that y'all do. Thank you, Gumbo. Gumbo said you're cooking. Appreciate you, good brother. War Eagle General. You are a War Eagle General, right? You are a part of the revolution that these guys could not stop. So now they hide in the bushes, and I still rain down fire on their heads. I have multiple dragons, man. I have divine blood in me, man. That is why when I walk the streets and I run into wild animals, right? Which you guys relate to as savages, not only do they greet me, they lose it. I just seen a wild animal the other day. That's what I call guys that are incarcerated. You know, those type of guys, wild animal. I seen him and he lost his mind. This nigga's a killer. This nigga screamed. He seen me and screamed, right? And I looked, I was like, he was like, yo, Sean, what's good? He went crazy, right? See, that's what real people do. When they see you and know you making moves, they lose it. He seen me, right? And I was mad. I was like, damn, I wish I was on live. Because I was like, I told him, I said, y'all would have threw you on my live, man. I was like, see, God made me run into you today because that's the energy that I need, right? He said, that's the energy that I need. Because I was like, motherfuckers always try to act like they don't know who I am and what I do. And look how you just, you see me and you were speaking about all the fighters. And look, my man lost it. He wants me to tell Shakur thing. I said, yo, bro, I ain't seen Shakur in months, man. He said, nah, Sean, I seen you with him. Yo, he was going crazy. I was like, bro, I haven't seen Shakur in months. I was like, I didn't go that last fight week. I said, you saw me around Shakur in the summertime, man. I was like, yo, that was the summertime. He was like, nah, yo, look, I could not tell him that I wasn't at the fight. I was like, yo, bro, I didn't go. He was like, nah, he just fought Teofimo Lopez. Yo, I know you was there. I was like, yo, bro, I didn't go. Now, if I was a fake nigga, I would have been like, yeah, I was right there. Yada, yada. I was like, nah, I didn't go, bro. I said, I haven't seen Shakur since the summertime after he whooped out Zepeda. I was like, I didn't go. I was like, I'm just concentrating on other things. But he lost his mind. He just lost it because Shakur is one of his favorite fighters. He loves Shakur. I was like, yeah, he ain't going to lose, man. And then he was telling me how he seen me with Buddy McGirt. He was like, yo, you had Buddy in the gym, right? Yeah, he was like, yo, you had Buddy in the gym. I was like, yo, that's family, man. I said, that's nothing but a phone call, man. He was like, yo, man, next time you got to let me know, man. I would have been at the gym. He was like, I would have been at the gym. I was like, nah, I'll be moving in secret now, man. That's what I told him. I said, I'll be moving in secret because I was like, these niggas be hating from the sideline so hard instead of embracing greatness and watching the journey. I said, yeah, these niggas just hate. But he lost it. And my man gets busy. He's a get busy nigga, man. But he seen me and lost it. And I talked to him for about 30 minutes. I know they was looking for me at the job site. I had the line say, yo, I was at the bathroom. I was like, yo, man, I ate something for lunch and they had me on the toilet. I was talking to that man for a half hour. I did not want to rush him off and be like, yo, I got to get over here. No, I talked to him because that's what I do to my peoples, right? I didn't brush him off like I was some celebrity. I talked to that man and then I slid off. But he had me crying how he lost it. I could not tell him that I wasn't at the fights with Shakur. I could, he was like, yo, I seen you. Because he's a real supporter. He watched that video that I posted the other day. When I seen Shakur, and Shakur dapped me up in Newark, and he automatically just said I was with him again. I was like, yo, bro, I wasn't with him. Man. I was like, yo, I wasn't with him. Tom, what's going on, good brother? Oh, yo, Tom, I got my content out on that. I'm dropping the other. I got you, Tom. You know how we doing. We working, man. Shout out to you. You're a part of the team over here too. I'm putting that out, man. He's killing Clarissa shit. Like they need to leave 50 alone, man. Papoose murdered him on the rap side of things, which he was going to, if you know, Tom, because Papoose is the God King with the bars. But they like 50 is too calculated, bro. He's the 48 laws of power, man. He moves like that, man. So strategically, you see how he's doing them. He went and found her boyfriend, an old boyfriend. He's just airing all that shit out. He got them looking bad. And look, Tom, I don't know if you've seen this, right? But since you over here and we discussing it, did you see the other video that's out there? See, I'm gonna drop all that too. I got that too. There's a video out there where 50 is dropping Remy Martin off. She's in the whip, right? I don't know where they was coming from, but this video surfaced, and Papoose is out there waiting for her to get dropped off. That video, I think TMZ or somebody dropped that one. So you know how 50 do, man. But bars wise, salute CW in the building. 50's killing them with the trolling. 50's just killing. They can't fuck with 50. All the Brooklyn niggas is fronting on him. They want him to rap and all that. 50's not gonna rap, man. He don't have to rap, man. He's not gonna rap, man. His rapping days are over, man. He'll rap when he wants to, when it's conducive to what he got going on, right? When it's conducive to what he got going on. He said, Tom, what's good, brother? Right? Shout out to all my War Eagles. My War Eagle generals are in here right now. Man, you guys got these niggas scared right now. It's three generals in here, man. Shout out to Tom. It's 3 generals in here right now. You got these cows in the bushes scared right now, man. I got 3 generals in here right now. Yo, we at the wall, right? Look, them niggas is scared. Yo, we at the wall. Yo, we at the wall on our Troy. Hector! Look, Hector! Yeah, them niggas is scared right now, man. Yo, them niggas is scared right now, man. Yo, shout out to my man St. Lives. Yo, St. Lives said, yo, that nigga scared, right? Yeah, them niggas is scared right now, man. That nigga was scared. Yo, you ever seen a nigga so scared, right? Like the cartoons? That you see the what's the name come up off of them? If you ever catch a nigga like that, leave that nigga alone, man. That nigga is scared. That's how we got him right now, man. There's 3 generals in here right now, man. There's 3 generals in here right now, man. I was just working with one of my young troops today, man. He's ready to get busy, man. I'm telling you, I got some young killers on the way, man, from all ages. That's why I be wanting some of these guys that talk crazy about me to come to the gym with that energy. They might not make it out the gym. Yo, you see what I said yesterday, Gumbo, when I said, yo, part of my back, right? If I turn, yo, look, if you come in my gym with any type of stupidity and I turn my back on you, yo, one of my young killers, War Eagles, is liable to take you out. Yeah, you won't make it through the door, man. You won't make it through the door, man. Broadway, Amani, Young Marcus, right? Rico. Yeah, I got a lot of killers now, man. I got a lot of killers right now, man. They will jump on you so quick. If you was to come in my gym with any goofy energy, Tom, I'm serious, man. I'm serious, man. I'm serious, man. Right? Yeah, look, the old generals, right? They will jump on you, man. Yo, my young boys will jump on you, man. That's what I be trying to tell Joe Dini. I told Joe Dini that last night, man, and he was laughing, right? I was like, yo, man. I said, man, when you put that work in, I was like, when you put that work in, and you got real young boys around you, right? And they respect you, they're gonna get busy, right? I was like, if they see you flare up or ready to get busy, I said, they're gonna get busy. My pups is gonna get busy. If you come in my gym with any type of bullshit energy, and I look at you like this, listen, I get on my Malcolm X. You remember that scene in Malcolm X? When them niggas marched down to the hospital, and Malcolm did like this and said like this, and the troops was like, they broke down. That's how I do niggas in my gym. You come in my gym with aggression. I look at Amani. But Gumbo, remember that live? Where Amani bumped Joe Dini, right? Joe Dini was talking spicy to me, right? You see how Amani bumped him? Amani bumped. I said, what was that about? Amani bumped him, man. That's how my young killers is ready to get down now, man. That's how my young killers is ready to get down, man. Listen, man. I'm a War Eagle general, man. My warrior gladiators get busy, man. If I be like, pardon my back. They're gonna jump on one of you, man. Remember that, right, Gumbo? You remember that, right? Joe was talking spicy. Amani jumped right on him. Amani jumped right on him, man. those is my young soldiers, man. Yo, look, man. Yo, listen, man. I'm on my Master Yoda, man. They know I've been giving them the magic, man. Right? They know I be giving them the magic, man. Listen, I'm an elder now, man. I still get busy, but I'm an elder. When you are an elder of a tribe, of a warrior tribe, and you got young gladiator warriors, you can't talk to me like that. You can't, you won't make it through the door. You won't make it through the door, man. Remember in that's my movie. I'm about to watch that. Remember Judas the Messiah? Remember Judas the Messiah? Remember when he went to go see the I forget the name in the movie, man. When he went to go see the games in Chicago, right? And the chief, right? The chief was in there, and niggas came up in there. The Black Panthers came up in there. He had to walk through all the soldiers, right? He had to walk through all the soldiers. He gave him the AK-47, right? Like, you gonna need this, brother, right? He gave him the AK, because he was letting them know, like, nigga, I'm good. I'm good. You see all my soldiers, man. You're gonna need this, man. You're gonna need this. If I would have looked at you funny, right? If I would have looked at you funny, you wouldn't have made it up out of here, man. You wouldn't have made it up out of here, man. If I would have gave the word, you was getting swallowed. You was getting swallowed. Appreciate that. CW said they all looking good. They coming. They all coming too, man. They all getting the magic. Look, and see what I like about the gym is we got a universal gym. We got Spanish fighters, we got black fighters, we got white fighters, we got them all, man. But you see my little Spanish dude, I got him right, man. That's what I love about the gym. Me personally, I like working with the dudes that don't have no confidence, right? Those are the ones I like to pick out, and then watch their confidence grow. The guys that be in their shell, right? Those are the guys that I like to work with, like Malachi. Malachi got so much confidence. That's why I'll be letting them know, like, those is my sneakers. Malachi came in there with no confidence. Now look at him. That's why I'll be like, oh, you said you could whoop me. I be doing Malachi like Sonny Carson. Well, when my man said to Sonny Carson, hey, man, just let me get mine, man. Just let me get mine, man. He said, sucker think he good, man. Sucker think he could whoop me. Just let me get mine, B. Just let me get mine, man. That's how I be on it, man. That's the Jones, that's that Jones bloodline, man. That's that Jones War Eagle Dragon Rider bloodline. Just let me get mine, man. That's why I'm still on all my troops. I'll be like, you just gotta get yours, man. Cause real recognize real. When your sword is sharp, right? Listen, when your sword is sharp, another gladiator is gonna recognize you, fam. They're gonna salute you, right? It's always the suckers you gotta watch for. Because what is a sucker? An envious, jealous snake hater. But an official warrior, gladiator, he's gonna salute you like, nah, son is official, right? Like Hector and Achilles, right? Achilles took Hector down with his sword, but he respected Hector, right? When he ran down and ran through the troops, right? He could have slaughtered Hector then, right? He gave him the warrior pass. He was like, nah, it's not enough eyes to watch you fall. Word. He was like, well, we gonna dance. It's not enough eyes to watch you fall. When you fall, everybody gotta see it. I want them to see when I perform. That was hard right there, huh? That was hard. That's what I instill in my young boys, and they all got that now. They all march with that like this. They march, man. We steppers, man. We are steppers. But hopefully y'all enjoyed this sauce, man. Well, I just had to come on here and clean it up, man. But Tim Thomas, man, you are on the clock now. Salute to Kenya Martin, man. Because, Kenya Martin, you see, I put the content out, but I didn't go all the way in on you. Because I said, nah, that's not the K-Martin I know. K-Martin gets busy. I don't see, look, win, lose, or draw, I don't see you getting punked. That's why when he said he kind of punked you, I was like, nah. Kenya Martin was scared to fight? Nah, not K-Martin. Nah, K-Martin is going to get busy, bro. I don't see K-Martin getting punked. He's not that tight. I was like, nah. That's why I was like, brother, you are on the clock, man. You got to address this. That's why, like, me personally, right? I remember a particular content crab had the audacity to try to look, this is what niggas do. Niggas sit on the internet, get high and drunk. They be on drugs, right? Niggas get on the internet and be on. Look, I'm gonna take my hater blockers off so you can see my face on this one. Niggas be on drugs. Niggas be on drugs, right? Look, I'm looking at both cameras and say this to y'all, right? Anybody can get drunk and high on drugs, right? And say anything, right? And say anything, right? A nigga get on this internet and get high and get on drugs and tell you a million things, right? A nigga got high and on drugs and had the audacity to say that I was pussy. There's not a pussy male member in my family. Anybody that knows my family, my house that I come from, all the men in my family, from rest in peace to my late great-grandfather, were killers, warriors. They got busy. So when this particular dope addict, fiend, attempted to put that on my jacket, I said, nah. But this is what happens when you're on drugs, right? When you are on drugs, right? That's why they always say, just say no. Drugs will do that, right? Yeah, right? Yeah, look at, shout out to NYT Source in the building. NYT Source, another general. A lot of generals are in here right now. T will let them know, listen, I went to war. T was there, we went to right? So when a nigga says that I'm pussy, you gotta look at the nigga that's saying it, right? Where does he go? What stripes, what stars does he have on his uniform, right? It's easy. It's easy to get on this internet and get high and drunk in a closet in your room, right? You can get high and drunk in the corner and spew whatever you want to spew. But tell that same individual that says all of these things to walk the earth. Walk the earth, nigga. That's why I used to make niggas laugh. I used to be like, all these niggas that say this shit, where do they be at? They be high, they be drunk, they be on drugs in their closet. You don't never see them nowhere. You don't never see them. No, they always have a story, right? See, they be mad at me on the internet because I show my story from all the way back with Earl Spence to the present. I always showed my story, right? And these same dick sucks, that's what they is. These niggas is dick sucks of these same people that I'm speaking on. They used to lose their mind because it was me next to these people. And they couldn't, they couldn't fathom that because they are fiends. And that's what happens when you're a fiend. You're on drugs, you're high. Your brain can't register it because you don't want it to be me. Right? But it is me. And God is good, man. T said the House of Dragons, word. Yo, T, I always told you years ago to start your channel. You took off. You took off Gary Russell's gloves. Rest in peace to my uncle, Big Gary Sr. Yo, listen, there's a lot of people that sit online and say they are related to the Russell brothers. I always said that I was related to the Russell brothers, but I'm not, but I am. Gary Antonio Russell is my cousin. Gary Antoine Russell is my cousin. And if T will tell you, whenever we see each other, we get it in like family. Yo, we was at Gleason's gym, right? And they know my repertoire in there. So when I went there to go cover the event, they remember when I had the Charlos Under Pressure. Yeah, it's documented. Look it up. I went to Gleason's gym, right? I remember when I was in Dallas, Texas at the Earl Spence fight. And Jamel Charlo tried to front on me after I had got his wallet back from him in Brooklyn. Right? He tried to front on me. And then they came to Brooklyn. They had a fight and they came to Brooklyn. And I was at Gleason's gym. Shout out to Rocket and Curtis and all the guys there. And I was there, right? And if you know, you know. Niggas don't really fuck with them like that, right? They don't really fuck with the Charlos like that because the Charlos act funny. So they was in the gym. Yeah, they came in mad late to the media workout. And niggas already wasn't feeling them. Because if you know anything about Gleason's, there's fighters that train in there. But when they have certain events, they be having rings and all this shit cut off. So niggas can't really get to what they got to do. So on this one particular day, they came up in there all late. And niggas was already ready to get on their heads. Right? And it was, yo, look, God always walks with me. Yeah, these clown niggas thought they was gonna front on me in my house. Yeah, Gleason's ain't my gym, but I know a lot of the brothers in there, right? Yeah, these niggas tried that same bozo shit, right? Tried that same bozo shit in Gleason's. Yo, my man jumped on them quick. Yo, my man got kicked out the gym. Yo, he lost his mind on them niggas, right? I stayed calm, right? Fight Hype and all these other bullshit channels at the time try to put a false narrative out there. Talking about local loudmouth. They tried to call me the local loudmouth. I didn't get loud. Right? I was covering the event. See, niggas always try to trick me out of my spot, but they never could because my spot is God. God put me in my spot. But these niggas made a scene. Right? Now fast forward. When the Russell brothers came to fight, the PBC Premier Boxing clowns tried to act funny, right? Now, that's why I never used to get credentials or anything for Premier Boxing events, but it never mattered because I'm who I am. So when the Russell brothers came into the gym, ask my brother T, he's in here, right? Yeah, they tried to shun us off, right? They didn't want to give us no access, right? Yo, the Russell brothers came in there. Yo, all the Garys. I look, all the Garys. Gary Russell Jr., Gary Allen Russell, Gary Antonio Russell, and Gary Antoine the Don Russell. They came in there. Yo, we all locked eyes. Yo, they came right over to me and my family. T and my brother. Yo, they set up shop by us. Now, yo, the Premier Boxing people were upset. Because they was trying to put me in a spot where I wasn't going to be able to get no content. But now, yo, the Russell brothers came and set up by me. That is why I had the hardest content. Tia tell you, look how God works. Yo, my narratives was the narrative. When I said there, yo, Gary Russell did the pad work, it sounded like it was a gunfight going off in Gleason. Right? It sounded like a gun battle. It sounded like a gun battle. And look how God works. Yo, after Gary Russell did that phenomenal mid work, yo, my brother right here that's in the chat took his gloves off. Untied his gloves. We was all right there. I recorded it for him. And then, shout out to T, right? Look, I always want my brothers to shine like me. I told T, I said, yo, go down there and interview Richard Hitchison. Africa is a world champion now, right? I told T, I said, yo, go down there and interview Africa. Remember that, T? T got the fire interview with Africa. Shout out to Boston, Massachusetts in the building. See, yo, we growing. Angie, baby, in the building. Salute, Angie. We got Massachusetts in here. Yo, Gary Russell had, listen, man. I've been in gun battles, man. It sounded like it was a gun battle in the projects, man. Word. It sounded like a gun battle in there, man. I thought we was, I thought we was in the projects, man. I thought it popped off, man. I said, damn, man. Gary was lighting them mitts up, man. Rest in peace to my uncle, Big G, the glove, I call him. Big Gary was in the cut. That's how I was. Look, all master traders get down like that. I said, look, I think that's why I think I'm slowly becoming a master teacher trainer. Because if you watch now, that's how I'll be operating in the gym. I don't want to be up on the ring apron no more. I want to sit in the chair in the cut so I can watch everything. T, remember? That's how Uncle Gary was sitting. Uncle Gary was in the cut, right? Gary was doing his pad work. If Gary watches this, and I'm pretty sure he's going to see it, go shout out to Uncle Walt. Uncle Walt going to send this to them. Gary was in the cut like this. Big Gary, I'm talking about Uncle Gary. He was watching his sons go to work. He said, all right, now, that's enough bullshit and pick it up. As soon as he told, you heard him, right? Right? All you heard was that, right? Gary and Allen, look, I'm calling him Allen because his name's Gary too. Allen, the trainer, was doing the mitts with Gary, right? Pops was in the cups. Pops said, all right, now, stop bullshit, pick it up. The gym got quiet. They looked over there. All you heard was, I was like, God damn. Gunfire. It sounded like a gun battle erupted up in there, man. It sounded like a gun battle erupted up in there. And what narratives did they use after that, T? They ran with our narratives, right? I was like, bullet, guns. They ran with the narratives, man. They ran with the narrative. That's a fact. Rest in peace to Uncle Gary. Said, all right, now stop bullshitting. Stop bullshitting. He was like, stop bullshitting. The Russell brothers is real. I'm going to tell you, the thing that hurt my heart, and I tried to dead that beef, man. But some beef is always going to be the beef, man. I tried to dead the beef between Gary and Bud, man. But that shit, them niggas is fighters, man. Bud, listen, man, Bud feels like Gary sucker punched him, man. That's almost like a 20-year beef, man. That beef dates back to the amateurs, man. Know what I mean? I tried to dead that beef, Know what I mean? But some beefs that never die, man. Some beefs that never die, man. If you know, you know, man. But how was the content, man? Constructive criticism time. I hit my album mark. Look at all that. Look, having kids is expensive. You see what this is, y'all? This is a Game Boy. This is Nasai's Game Boy, man. We grew up with these, T. T, you remember these? We grew up with these, man. Kids are expensive, man. Right? Now I know what my mother had to go through. We grew up with these and stuff, man. It's always something, man. Right? Some beefs are everlasting facts. Facts, Yeah. They are. That's why, like, respectfully, that's why I be saying, like, a lot of these dudes, they don't understand that. Because they clowns, bro. A lot of these niggas that sit on the internet, you gotta be mindful of them, man. A lot of these niggas are clowns, man. They play clown games, man. They play clown games, man. But those were the good old days, man. We had a vision coming out of the projects, man. I remember I told my brother T, man, before they transferred me, man, because I used to work on that side over there. And I remember I was telling T, I was like, yo, this is almost about 10 years, man. I was like, yo, fam, we about to start making moves, man. I was like, yo, I'm plugged in. I was like, yo, I'm gonna let you know, bro. I'm plugged in. I was like, we gonna start covering these fighters in these fights, man. I was like, yo, I got the lane, man. I remember I told T. I remember, we mobbed out that day, remember? We took the train. Yeah, we took the train to Brooklyn. Yeah, then we jumped on the subway, right? We jumped on the subway. We was making moves, man. Yeah, we went to Gleason's gym. And the rest is history, man. That's why I say I don't respect a lot of you niggas on this internet. Cause you niggas sit in your closets, bro. Me and mines and my family, we've been stepping forever. Documenting it, man. You niggas just see the glory and never want to acknowledge the story. Right? And be mad when a nigga got stripes like a Yankees uniform and just speaks on it. But you didn't put in no pain. You wasn't marching and stepping. You niggas want to sit on the internet and link up with other weirdos. No, we was outside, man. We was really outside putting in the pain, getting to it, grinding, working, making moves, sacrificing, right? Yo, T, check the vibes, right? Yo, remember? I'm gonna tell you another time, and shout out to my uncle, right? My kids was in strollers, man. Right? Yo, Gary Russell and them, they had to weigh in like downtown Brooklyn at some bullshit college. I forget the college, right? Yo, I had both my daughters in the strollers, right? Yo, that's, you know why I always front on the PBC? Because they always tried to front on me. But God always made it through for me, right? Yo, I had my kids on strollers. Yo, this was the Deontay Wilder fight when Deontay Wilder fought Dominic Brazil, right? You know these clowns. That's why when I see them now, I apply so much pressure on them because they always tried to wrong me, but yet still I rise. Yo, I was with my kids. They were young babies, strollers. Look, I'll talk about it now. Because niggas know how I carry it. I have formula, right? I have formula, right? Pampers, but I had that big Desert Eagle on me too. Yeah, that Desi, right? I had that Desert Eagle, right? Right? Because I get busy. That's why it's called War Eagles, right? But I remember they tried to give me a hard time. Yo, every time God always blesses me, right? Shout out to my uncle. Yo, my uncle had me all on the big screen, right? They always, look, every time I move like that, I always go around the metal detectors. You want to know another time that happened for me? And that's why I always said what I said. I would never front on Crawford, right? Because I was like, when they wanted me to lie on Crawford and them, I was like, I can't do that, right? Because I remember this is before who I am now. I was covering Terrence Crawford and them, and Top Rank and them tried to kick me out the event. And Terrence Crawford's sisters and his moms and Isha and them came to my aid, right? I walked into Madison Square Garden with them around the metal detectors with my babies. It's all documented, man. That's when you see me sitting by Tim Bradley and Andre Ward and them. I think that was the Crawford. It was either Crawford Khan or Crawford Green Machine. These is facts. I've always been one of God's favorites. I walked around the metal detector there with Crawford's family, right? Up in the garden. And y'all seen the other time when I came in the garden with shout out to King Arthur. But by the time I walked in with King Arthur, I was ready to source experience Shanewz Boxing LLC. That's when I was doing the Team Tucker work. I walked into the garden with team Arthur Venture Bive. Word. My man WCS was there. Yeah, listen. That's when I got the picture. Yeah, that's when I got the picture with Anthony Yard, right? Shout out to Anthony Yard. Yo, Anthony Yard had on the Pradas, right? Yo, he had on the Prada fairies, right? Yo, WCS took my picture with him. This is my first time really getting it in with Anthony Yard when I introduced him to Jihad. Yo, he had on his Pradas, right? Yo, that's why y'all fucks with me, right? Yo, he had on his Pradas, right? Yo, we was in the garden. I was like, nah, hold on. I was like, hold on, my G. I said, y'all gotta throw on my frames. You look mad cool. I threw on my frames. I threw my frames on with Anthony Yard. I was in the picture with him like this. I was like lions in the camp. Anthony Yard is a real one. He's a real one. And then I introduced him to Jihad, and we was all chopping it up. And then WCS took a picture with him too. We was always getting busy, man. We was always getting busy, man. That's why I say a lot of you fans that be in the bushes that talk this boxing shit, y'all niggas is weirdos, man. All that shit is documented in my catalog, man. All of that, man. All of that's in my catalog, man. Lions in the camp, man. Shout out to Charles Conwell. Yo, I met Charles Conwell, Bad News in Toledo, Ohio. I remember being in Toledo, Ohio. That's when I hooked up with Wise Owl Boxing. Unbeknownst to me, right? See, that's how real niggas move, right? Wise Owl Boxing is big in the game right now. Big in the game. That's Fight Book, all that. I met all these people grinding, making connections. But he was managing Charles Conwell. I did not know. And you know who introduced me to him? Shout out to the homie, the Wilder Hater. The Wilder Hater introduced me to him because like I said, when I go and cover these boxing events at Shanewz Boxing now, I just play the cut, man. I be in the cut. That's where I was at. I was in the cut, sitting next to the matchmakers and all of them. And I seen Charles Conwell, right? And I got it in with him. And unbeknownst to me, his manager, who I know now, watched how I interacted with him. And he came up to look. This is how real it be, right? Yo, when you official, yo, they always thought I was from Ohio, because they seen how I got in with the Mason brothers, right? But I'm from Long Island, New York. Yo, he always thought I was from Cleveland, Ohio. They thought I was from Ohio, bro. I was like, nah, I'm from New York. Just off of how we all was building and getting it in. That's that. Y'all remember that interview, right? With Abdullah, right? That's what Abdullah, I was like, yo, what's the uniform going to be like, player? And Abdullah told me off air, off the record, right? That's my guy. Remember, I told y'all when I walked in with him in Newark that he was going to be a star. Look at him now, he's a world champion. See, my receipts and stamps are everywhere. But I've been around Abdullah since he was 17 years old. I watched him. I was like, yo, he's special. I know special fighters, man. A lot of you niggas jump on niggas' waves, man. You niggas is the real wave riders and all of that. I don't ride a wave. I tell you the wave. I'd be like, yeah, you better get on him. It's like with Gary Antoine Russell, right? I told y'all. I can tell y'all about a fighter. I can tell y'all, I can look at a fighter, right? And be like, yo, he's a special one, right? I can tell when they have the magic. And I can tell you when they lose the magic. See, that's another reason why a lot of y'all are mad. Because I told y'all when Earl Spence lost his magic. And some of y'all still to this day can't even accept it. You know why? And I say this respectfully. Because your idol worshiping dick sucks. But I take my glasses off and say that. I told y'all when he lost his magic. I was like, yo, and y'all was mad at me. I was like, yo, he's gonna fall. I was like, I seen it already. I seen him fall. I seen the vision. I said, yo, he's gonna fall. Then I said, yo, CW Gumbo NYT. Didn't I call it? I seen it. All before I knew Bud Crawford was a Jones. All before I knew he was a Jones. I said, yo, he's gonna fall, man. Because he lost his honor. He's not righteous. And look what happened. Bud Crawford took over. Bud Crawford took over. I seen it. God showed me the vision. Yo, dirty Bud. And Bud knows I'm joking with him, right? But yo, dirty Bud. Because remember, Bud was always looked at as the dirty nigga, right? He's dark skinned, he's black, right? Yo, his beard be all rough. His hair is nappy, right? Yo, that's the cleanest he looked. Remember? Yo, when he walked to the ring, remember when he walked to the ring for the weigh-in, right? Yo, I seen that vision already. Yeah, when he came out there, CW, you might have been at that weigh-in because that was in your backyard in Vegas. Yo, they had the open weigh-in. Yo, when he came out to, hey, Mr. Carter, where have you been? Right? Yo, he was unshaved. He was rough looking, but he was clean, right? If you know what you're looking at, yo, Bud Crawford was pure. Yo, he was pure. He was coming home, fam. Yo, look, he was coming home. Yo, he was walking into his destiny. I seen it, right? Yeah, I made the call. I was like, yo, they was mad. I said, yo, EJ's in trouble. I was like, yo, he's in trouble, right? I said, yo, he's gonna fall. He's gonna fall bad, right? I was like, yo, he's gonna fall bad, man. Yeah, they was mad. Yeah, you know how many phone calls I got that night? How everybody was cursing me out because Bud destroyed him, and I told them it was gonna happen. Yeah, they was mad. I said it, man. I said, yo, he's gonna fall, man. Because God revealed it to me. God revealed it to me. I seen it, man. I was like, yo, he's gonna fall, fam. And how he falls is always gonna be on him. And look, to this day, that's how he felt. Yo, listen, man. And the reason why he felt like that was his humbling. Because they mocked that man. Yo, they mocked a great man. Yo, Bud Crawford is a great man, a great fighting man. Yo, they mocked him. They downed his accomplishments. They just downed everything about that man, right? They made it seem like he never accomplished nothing. That's why God made it go down the way it went down. Yes, I did, CW, because I seen it. Yo, listen, God showed it to me. I seen all of that. Yo, shout out. Look, I don't even disrespect him. I call him Big Daddy. Yo, when Bo Mac had on his murder ones, right? Yo, Bo Mac had on his murder ones. That nigga Bo Mac said, I respect what you have done in the game, Derek, but you have not won against me and my staff, right? And he said, yo, can't hide no more, Derek, right? Yo, it was over. Because, that was Bo Mac's moment too, man. Yo, that was Bo Mac's moment, man. Yo, Bo Mac told him. And look, they was having jokes. Oh, you fat. Cheetos and Big Macs. That shit was doing nothing to Bo Mac, man. Bo Mac didn't give a fuck about that. Bo Mac was coming to show that he was a master teacher. He was like, yo, you in trouble, nigga. You ain't ready for this right here. That nigga said, you ain't. Yo, what did Bo Mac tell him? Sit back and watch this, right? Bo Mac and them was ready. He said, sit back and watch this. They went out there and put on a clinic, man. Yo, and EJ, don't pay that nigga, man. Now you understand. I always told you that nigga was a fool. Word. I always told you that nigga was a fool, man. He sent you out there to get slaughtered. Yo, that nigga came back in the second round when that nigga Bud punched that nigga in his neck, right? Yo, Bud punched that nigga in his neck and dropped him. Yo, the fight was over. Yo, listen, watch that fight, man. Go watch that fight. If there was about another minute left, EJ would have never made it out that second round. Yo, that nigga Terrence Crawford's a real nigga. Yo, Terrence Crawford carried that nigga from the second round on. Yo, he carried him. He carried him. He carried him. Cause when he dropped him in the second round, the fight was over. That nigga went back to his corner. That nigga Derek said, "Yo, you slipped?" What? Did he slip? Did he slip? Ah, man. A lot of y'all right now still never recovered from that ass whooping, man. A lot of y'all, man. Y'all never recovered from that, man. That shit was like, that shit was a masterpiece, man. That shit was a masterpiece, man. Once Bud got his confidence up, man, he was just putting all type of hands on that nigga. But to me, the best part of that fight, right? It was when he ran down on Charlo, right? When he ran down on Charlo. Remember, I forgot what, because he dropped Earl numerous times. But it was another time when he dropped him. When he called Charlo a bitch ass nigga. Oh my God. You want to know how much money my peoples made that night? My peoples was in there. Official Omaha niggas, Omaha hustlers, right? It was so much money in there because all the Texas niggas was in there betting on Earl, right? I think Yellow Beezy, all them niggas, they still never recovered from that. They was betting house money. They was putting it up. They was putting it up. Them niggas lost so much money on EJ that night, man. They was hurt. My peoples was in there running it up. They was betting niggas in the arena, straight cash. Because like so many people was betting with EJ, bro. Because the propaganda, the hype, they didn't see it coming. They did not see it coming. And I told y'all, man. I told y'all. CW said I was a prophet. Nah, CW, I wasn't a prophet. I've been around. I knew. I interviewed Bo Mac years before that. And I seen that they had mastered EJ's style. I remember, the interviews out there, CW, you a child member. Watch that interview when I interviewed Bo Mac. And I told them, I said, right? They didn't, and look, this is around the time they really didn't really like fucking with me because they thought I was Team Spence. Because remember, Team Spence, so it don't make sense, is my shit. But this is when I was off doing my own thing, trying to be a reporter. And they didn't want to really give me no feedback. But shout out to my good brother Stone Bone Boxing, official Omaha, Northside nigga. And I say ninja, because he's my brother too. When Stone Bone Boxing co-signed me, they started rocking with me. I remember I interviewed Steven Nelson, So Cold, Bo Mac, Bernie the Boxer, all these guys, right? But I remember interviewing Bo Mac, and Bo Mac, that's when I knew. I said, man, Derek's in trouble, man. He's a fool, man. He's incompetent. He doesn't study. He said all these things. I don't watch tape. I don't watch film. That's why you got that man beat up like that, because you wasn't studying. That nigga Terrence Crawford was ready. Every time EJ tried to load up with that old lunging ass, what's the name? And I was trying to give him help. What, the slow, stiff Spencer's going on? Nigga Bud was right here with it. That nigga Bud was catching that shit. Bud was just catching. He was catching that shit every time, man. EJ was trying to hit that nigga with his hard Yugen. That nigga was catching that shit, man. He was seeing that shit come a mile away. And nigga EJ was doing it. Oh, Yugen. He was looking like Broadway. Remember what I was telling Broadway today? Hands back to the castle, catch that shit. Bud was just catching that shit, man. He was catching that shit, man. They had that nigga mapped out, man. They had that nigga mapped out, man. He said they act like they watching is a bad thing. Man, they in the bushes, man. Oh, you get look. He was catching that hard Yuki like this. Yo, T, remember when I did that? Yo, T, you was there in the lawn. Yo, T, you was there in the lawn. Yo, remember when I beat boy up like that? And I did him like that? Yo, I broke him up. Yo, T, I walked right through him, right? Yo, T, I walked through him, right? I dropped my hands on him. Yeah, I let that nigga fire off that slow 2-piece, and I slipped it, and I caught it right here. Yo, T, remember, I slipped him like this, then I caught it. Oh, I came right there on him. T, I caught him right here, then I came right here on him. And he was done, T. Look, he stumbled back like this, T. And then when I did rapid fire, I broke him up, right? I knew I had him, right? Yo, rest in peace to Monster Cody. How Monster Cody said, I knew I had him, right? I was in the groove on him. Yeah, he was throwing wild, sloppy shots. I slipped it. I caught it right here. When I caught it, I came, boom. Once I came right there, I broke him all the way up. He did the Harlem Shake on me. He said, as soon as I made him do that, as soon as I made him do that, as soon as I made him do that, I knew I had him. I dropped my hands on him. And I walked up on him like this. Rapid fire, boom, boom, boom. Rapid fire. That nigga just withered down. He withered down. He withered down. Then I turned around and I looked at the mob. On my Achilles. I said, who else? Who else? Y'all run back and tell what y'all seen, right? T, what did I say? What did I say, T? I said, y'all run back and tell what y'all seen, right? Y'all run back and tell what y'all seen, man, right? Y'all tell what y'all seen. This nigga was talking, right? I did no talking tonight. Y'all tell what y'all seen, how I left him. How I left him. T, how did I leave him? He was like this. How did I leave him? How did I leave him? But I caught that wild shit he was throwing. That nigga was throwing wild shit. Caught it. As soon as I caught it right here, boom. He did like this, like I was gonna spare him. He did. I was supposed to. T, was I supposed to spare him when he did like this? He was letting it be known it was over. He said, "Spare me." I spared him. I brought him home. Boom, boom, brought him home. Boom, 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 brought him home. Then he withered down. Down. He withered down. That's how you gotta do it sometimes, man. It's all content, y'all. It's all content. But you catch them shots, man. You catch them. That's why I tell you, look, you can always catch a shot. That's defense too. My man CW was talking about inside fighting. That's inside fighting right there, catching shots. Because you're gonna have to catch them. Especially on the inside, you gotta know how to catch it. Right? If you know how to catch a shot on the inside, your counter will definitely set him straight. Because that's what I did. When he threw that wild punch, I caught it on the inside. And as soon as I caught it, all of this right here was open. I came, pivot, boom. Right? I was going to come with this, but this right here set him home. He did like this. He went back into the days, right? And didn't think I was going to finish him off. I calmly walked over to him and took him out of his misery. And then after I beat him down, I looked at all his people to say, you tell him what you seen. Tell him what you seen, man. He said, what you think about Rolly as a boxer? His skills is limited, but he has heart. And he's a warrior. Sometimes it ain't about skills. It's about heart, right? Rolly's a world champion right now. He's not the most skilled fighter, but he has what we like to call, and I say this respectfully, retardo strength. He has that retarded strength. He said that will fix him. Yes. Yes. But yeah, Rolly got that retardo strength, man. And one thing about power, yeah, you can't teach power. Power's an equalizer. Look at Deontay Wilder, another not particular skilled fighter, but he possessed power. Power took him all the way to the top, right? See, power can get you to the top. The skills, technique will keep you there, right? Skills and technique will keep you there. Power can always get you there. But skills and technique can beat power. If you know, you know. Right? Look at some of the best fighters, right? Y'all talk about look, and I hope they make the fight. I don't see them making it. But if they ever make it, and I'm on record as saying it, Shakur Stevenson will beat the shit out of Tank Davis. A lot of y'all niggas will be sick off of that. And Tank Davis is a skilled fighter. But Lamont Roach, for those of y'all that know what you look, take my glasses off so y'all can see this. Look in these cameras. For those of y'all that know what you watching, Lamont Roach showed y'all a fighter like Shakur Stevenson, who is disciplined, a master of what? Distance, counter and reaction. He will have a field day with a Tank Davis. A field day. And see, a lot of you guys that sit online, you guys are expert analysts. You think you know boxing. You know nothing, Jon Snow. Appreciate that, Gumbo. You know nothing. Shakur Stevenson will mop the floor with him. He will mop the floor with him, man. And then you niggas will be on here mad, right? We just witnessed him do that to Teofimo Lopez. You know how many dudes before that fight, they need to just end their channels because they didn't see that coming. CW, if you're still in here, what did I tell you? What did I tell you before that fight? I said, it's not even going to be close. I was like, it's not even going to be close, man. Don't be surprised. I was like, don't be surprised, man. I was like, don't be surprised. He said, Tank though. I don't think so either. Because it won't end good for him. Because he won't be able to see Tank's whole thing. But see, what people don't realize, right? And I'll put it out there. Everybody acts like if Tank catches Shakur, it's over. Shakur's no sucker. Shakur's going to be ready to get hit and rocked, man. Like everybody, you know what it is? This is why I tell you the typical YouTubers, these guys that come on here and talk boxing and want to be analysts and experts, they don't really know boxing, right? Yes, Tank Davis, don't get it twisted. He's a gorilla. He's a killer. But he's knocking out guys that, and I say this respectfully, he's supposed to knock out. They don't have punch resistance. So when they get hit, they're going to sleep. He rocked Lamont Roach. Niggas don't want to talk about that. Lamont Roach didn't go nowhere. He rocked Lamont Roach. See, some people could take the shots. Frank Martin respectfully couldn't take it. Rolly couldn't take it. Ryan Garcia couldn't take it. Lamont Roach took it. I'm telling you, Shakur Stevenson to take it, man. I've been in the gym around Shakur, man. I think Devin Haney could take it. We watched Devin Haney get rocked by him 16 years old with headgear on. I think Devin could take it. They know these things, man. But you guys that sit online in these hate groups, these he-man woman hater groups, these fake alliances and all that, y'all don't know what y'all watching. Y'all don't know what y'all watching. Y'all are super fanned out of fighters, right? But shout out to Tank, man. Right? Hopefully he gets back in the ring. They get him on track. And we can see some of these fights. But I think right now, and like how I talk about the Bushes, Tank is in the back burner right now, man. The narratives and all that. Like he don't let these guys that were underneath him, so to say, come up now. Coming up. Exactly, Gumbo. He said Tank is knocking out guys that are afraid of him. Tank is like Mike Tyson, right? Yo, Mike Tyson was stopping everything. Great matchmaking. And he was in there with guys that were scared. When he got in there with Lennox Lewis, Evander Holyfield, guys that wasn't scared, that knew they could fight, had confidence too, it didn't play that way no more. We watched that with Lamont Roach, man. We watched that with Lamont Roach, man. We watched that, man. I just think, yo, Tank is like the niggas that's on YouTube that pushes narratives. It's like, yo, the jig is up, homie. You let these niggas walk you down, man. And not only did they walk you down, they nice. Like Shakur is nice, man. You see when I had my cousin on here, and my cousin said it, man. Master teacher trainer. He said nobody's beating Shakur. If Shakur's on this game, nobody's beating him. Nobody's beating him, man. And I think Tank Davis has been off his game, right? He been off his game, man. I think right now, how Devin is looking, I think Devin can even dust them off. You know what I mean? I think if he lands something big on Dev, because Dev got rocked by Ryan Garcia. So it is that possibility of him going in the shell shot. But Shakur Stevenson will make him look bad, bro. Don't let Shakur be able to take his punch. Remember, I always tell you that too, CW, and all my other, official War Eagles. I tell you, I'll be like, yo, a lot of these punches that we're perceived to be punches, when they get in there with a guy that can take their punch, it's over. That's what we started to see happen with Wilder. Remember, Wilder was the knockout artist. He was putting everything down with that right hand. Once guys was able to take his right hand, Wilder turned into Michael Jackson. He was doing spin moves, all kind of other shit, man. It is what it is, man. Shout out to the 10 in the building, man. We cooking. But yeah, that's basically what happened. Like when a puncher in boxing, a known puncher, and a guy gets in there and they can take his punch, right? I'm gonna give y'all another classic example. Terrence Crawford Canelo. Once Bud got in there and felt that punch, right, and knew he could work with it, the rest was history. That's why I tell you, Jermell Charlo, respectfully, he's not it, bro. He's not it, man. He's not it, man. Yeah, he's not it, man. Gumbo said it's hard to knock out someone that's willing to fight you. Facts. That they can take your punch, man. Because, like, listen, a lot of times, me personally, coaching and watching and telling the dude, you rather hit a nigga with a punch they don't see. That's the best chance to really rocking them and hurting them, even if you don't have power. A nigga with no power, that you consider no power, a pillow-fisted puncher. Remember, Devin Haney was pillow-fisted. That nigga sat Brian Norman Jr. down. Pillow-fisted Devin. Punches that you can't see or you ain't ready for, those hurt you the most, man. Those hurt you the most. Yo, we just watched that with Frank Martin. Yo, Frank Martin got rocked in the 10th round. Wu ain't no big, hard puncher. He ain't see that shit coming. That shit almost ended his night. Those be the punches that do it to you, man. Those be the punches that do it to you. Yo, look, I'm sitting here cooking for y'all. Gumbo said I was cooking. So I'm at the command center, man. Yo, this is my command center here, man. I set up a command center, man. And you know why I'm able to cook? Because Coach Reen is at a party, right? It's just Messiah here. When it's only one of them, you see how it's peaceful? It's peaceful because they not fighting. Ain't a whole bunch of bullshit, right? I can stream. right? It looks like I'm a single bachelor right now, right? When they all here, it's chaotic. That's what I was saying. Creating contact and chaos. It be chaos here, man. Fighting and arguing. Like, yo, what the fuck? Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. But yo, I'm about to wrap it up, man. Constructive criticism, man. Let me know what y'all thought about the live stream today. What do I need to tweak? How do I need to get these niggas to come out the bushes? Because you know they was in the bushes today. He said Glass Joe was hard to beat until you figured him out. Right? What do I need to tweak? Yeah, what do I need to tweak on the show, y'all? Let me know. Watch says, I'm gonna get on somebody if they pick up. Yo, what up? Yo, what's up, nigga? Look. Oh man, they got bad service. They got bad service. Damn, nigga, your service is bad. Yo, what's up, nigga? Yo. Yeah, I'm at work too. What happened? Yeah, I know you don't got good service. I know. Get out that fucking closet. Yo, get out that closet, nigga.
I'm not in the closet. Shut up. I'm on an elevator.
All right, I'm gonna call you back, man.
All
right. See? Get up out that closet, nigga. That was funny, right? Great show. Thank you, Corey. Thank you. Thank you so much. That's how, yeah, I like fronting on motherfuckers. But they don't have good service. Because I remember they used to say that about me. Yo, man, your reception and all that. So now I use it. Yo, anything that people say about me, I use it, man. And a lot of you niggas, right? Always like, oh, that nigga's talking about me. I ain't talking about you, nigga, but you probably in the closet. See, I be talking about my homegirl right there. That's why she said, I ain't in no closet, I'm in the elevator. Yo, come about that closet, nigga. Because the service, wherever she be at, is always sketchy. So I use that. He said, yo, I'm in the elevator. The service sucks over here. You in the closet, nigga. Come about that closet. But a lot of these niggas, Gumbo, they really be in closets trying to compete. Yeah, look, they be trying to compete with the command center. Look, I got a command center, homie. Look, I got a command center. Look, this is my command center. Look, I'll take my green screen down. Yeah, this is my command center right here. Look, I'm in my command center. Now my camera right here, I think I dropped this too much. You see how it's sketchy now? That's why I use the digital background. I use the digital background now. Because this shit, you see the lens, the black shit? Can y'all see that? Or only I see that? Now I can see it. That black shit be coming up, man. I don't like that black shit. I think I dropped this too many times. So now you see that black shit. You heard? But you know what? I'm about to invest in another gaming PC anyway. Laptop. Because I don't like that dog. What's the name? Y'all see my staff back there? Hold on, let me get my staff. Let me show y'all my staff. You know, I'll be on my modes and shit. Look. Yo, look at my staff. Can y'all see my staff? See my staff? This is my Moses staff right here, man. Moses walked with a staff like that, man. That's my staff, man. Y'all see my staff? That shit nice, right? But thank you, Corey. Hopefully everybody hit the like button. You know? Damn, I went too far over, so I'm not even gonna be able to edit this up, man. Right away. With Kenya Martin, I'm going to get the Kenya Martin part 2 out there. Tom wanted me to talk about Clarissa. I'll probably do a quick video on that right here. Clarissa and Pat Poose, Pat Poose, right? Because that's really trending right now, man. Yeah, the boxing shit don't be trending, man. Because you know why the boxing shit don't be trending? Because I'm telling you, the boxing community, it consists of jealous fans, man. And then a lot of you guys, like I said, y'all have fake numbers. Y'all have fake numbers, man. Right? Y'all numbers ain't what it is, man. We rocking and rolling. Look, I gotta do this real quick, y'all. Hold on. Cause I'm super proud of my setup over here now, man. Right? This is my setup, y'all. Look. Yeah, we rocking and rolling right there. Right? This is the command center. This is the command center here, man. Right? My makeshift command center. Now, for whatever reason, yo, if I was in my work truck or if I was in heavy equipment or something, I would have had over 50, 60 people in here. But now with the webcam and all that rocking and rolling, yeah, they ain't put nobody in the YouTube live. I had a lot of people coming in and out over here. I appreciate everybody that was in and out over here. Thank you. You are deeply appreciated. You are helping us to grow. But this is the command center setup, y'all. How is the content looking now? Source streaming. You know, you do have options, man. That's the command center, y'all. That is my makeshift command center. You know? Like I said, man, I appreciate everybody that has stuck with me. I appreciate the Bushes more, though. And the reason why I appreciate the Bushes and all you dudes that continue to try to copy and emulate is because without you guys, especially the ones that watch what I do and try to emulate, yo, you make me bigger. You guys make me bigger than what I am. Because now they can't lie that I'm not a influencer, especially when you guys copy what I do. As soon as I post something, you attempt to copy it. So that is the stats. You guys make me bigger than what I am. Right? When you attempt to copy me, right? When you attempt to copy me, but you claim you don't watch me, right? But all you do is copy me. Like if I go to the gym and I post a fighter that I work with in the gym, and then you watch that, and then you try to post somebody that's in the gym, you're showing my influence. You're showing my influence. But now I want you to show you this influence right here. Show you building your channel up. Show you coming of age. You know, getting donations, flipping your donations, investing your donations into your company, into your equipment. We need to see that from you now, right? We don't want to keep seeing the long, dragged out live streams, the organizing, the people sitting around talking about nothing. We want to see you actually getting whatever money you're receiving off your channel and developing your channel, if that makes any sense. Because that's what we started to do over here. Like I said, hopefully y'all caught and enjoyed this sauce. Hold on. I want to get my peoples back one more time. I want to clown them one more time. They're hilarious. Let me see if I can get them on. Talk some gossip. I bet you they know this. Watch them know this. Watch them know this gossip. I bet you they know this gossip. Watch. Please, they gotta pick up. They probably in that goddamn closet, man. their reception sucked. Yeah, I want you to see the power. Yeah, hold on. Yo, hurry up and hit me back because I want you to answer. Nah. Damn, Joe Dini called me. I was trying to get them on the line, man. I want to show you the difference between actual trending topics, right? How people will know the topics that are actually trending versus boxing shit. That's what I'm telling you. Like boxing topics don't really be trending, yo. Because if you could call somebody up, right? Watch this. Let me see if this one picks up. Like, all I gotta say to somebody that is in tune with what goes on social media is if I be like, yo, who's 50 Cent trolling right now? Yeah, they're gonna know. They know these type of things. If I be like, what's the next biggest fight? When is Tank Davis fighting or somebody fighting? They don't even know these things. They don't even know these things. They won't know these things, man. But if I ask them who's trending, like who is 50 Cent beefing with, they'd know. They'd know, I swear. Now watch when I end the live stream, they're gonna call back. But I want to just show that, like, if you ask somebody about a topic in boxing, even if it's like Tank Davis made the headlines when he was in court for beating a woman and all that. They knew about that domestic violence shit. But all that other shit, they don't really be in tune with, man. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Like, a lot of these boxing content creators that be acting like they got an algorithm flow. Smoke and mirrors, man. Smoke and mirrors, man. Smoke and mirrors. It is what it is, man. But I'm glad y'all enjoyed the show. Thank you, Corey. Look, I'm gonna end the live stream over here, right? Now, for whatever reason, the YouTube live, I did a YouTube live, right? I want to look at the numbers.